Hello everyone, my name's Lake Tear and welcome to Filmmxker. It's been a minute, I know, it's been a minute, but I'm glad to be here today making this video for you guys. And as you probably read the title, yes, I was on set with the Leonardo DiCaprio. I know, crazy. But yeah, today I kind of wanted to just share my experience being a part of this feature film. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. So before I begin, I am only going to be speaking about things that have been publicly released, the pictures and such. That's what I can speak on. I can't dive into too much, but yeah. So I was casted in my very first feature film by Warner Brothers. I found out about this casting call through my film professors. Actually, they sent out an email saying that the Humboldt Film Commission is looking for some background actors for this film titled right now BC Project. They were just like, you know, send in your headshot, your information and such, and you know, you could possibly be a part of it. So of course I was like, yeah, because if you're new to this channel or you don't know too much about me, I am a film student currently. I'll be graduating this spring, and what I want to go into is acting for screen and directing. So obviously I want to definitely build my acting credits because that's like my main passion. That's the main thing I want to do. I sent in my stuff like quick, you know, I was quick with it. Late January, I got the email that I was chosen to be part of the film, and I was like, yay, you know, I was so excited. While I'm talking, I'm gonna insert some pictures and such. All credit to my friend Jaime who took these pictures. I thought we weren't allowed to have our phones on set, and when I got there, literally everybody had their phones. I was like, oh, well, fine. So it started off in the morning. My call time was 10 a.m. so not too early, not too bad. We were told to arrive at like the base camp, what they call it, basically where all the trailers are. After a while, they took us in like this big black van, then drove us to like this holding area. So as soon as I arrived at this holding area, they had us kind of line up, and the wardrobe person went down the line to check out our outfits to make sure like it was okay. Like for example, in feature films, you normally can't have any logos or anything unless they're sponsoring, you know, unless the company's sponsoring, but otherwise you can't have logos. And you can't wear white because that's too reflective for the cameras. My costume was fine, so yeah, I was all good to go. And yeah, from there, the waiting began. There's a lot of waiting on film sets, especially if you're an actor. There's a lot of waiting around because like the crew has to, you know, communicate with everybody on set. So I would say after about an hour and a half or so, what it felt like, they were like, okay, we're ready, come jump in another van. And then from there they basically took us to lunch because by that time it was like, I don't know, 11:30 or something like that. So yeah, they took us to lunch. The catering was great. As we were wrapping up eating, the assistant director came in and basically told us, okay, so this is the scene, here's what you guys are gonna do. After he kind of went over the whole spiel of the whole thing, they again took us in a van and then took us to the actual set, the actual place that we were filming. So when we got there, we were told to kind of like hang out, you know, while they get things set up and all that. As a film person, of course, I was paying attention to absolutely everything. This is where I'm gonna kind of not give too much detail out, as I mentioned before. It was a pretty good group of extras, I would say, like around, I don't know, 40 or 50 of us. The assistant director, again, he kind of like came to us and had us rehearse the scene first before they actually filmed it. And I would say we rehearsed it a good, I don't know, 5-6 times. And this was before the director, Paul Thomas Anderson, even showed up. Like the assistant director was with us and making sure things are ready to go before the director comes, and then they're like, okay, ready to film. None of the main actors were there yet, so I didn't see Leo. I didn't see Regina Hall. None of them yet. That is her name, right? Regina Hall. I hope so. Regina Hall. So finally, after all that was said and done, we were ready to go. Paul Thomas Anderson, he showed up. I noticed the DP, the director of photography, came with this huge camera rig. Like, that thing must have been like close to $1 million on its own. And then I noticed another van coming up, and that was the one that had Mr. Leonardo DiCaprio. And I saw that they, like, the wardrobe people had his costume. And I recognized his costume because I saw, like, press photos before this and what he was wearing. And I was like, oh, shoot. Like, and it's funny because I personally didn't know if this was the scene where we would be, like, on set with Leo. Because I know there were a couple other shoots where he wasn't in that particular scene, so he wasn't there that day. But yeah, that was a awesome surprise that, yeah, like, we do get to work with Leo today. Like, that was crazy. So yeah, when he showed up, he got in his position, and like, everybody was just like, oh, like, we were all just watching him, and the director was with him, and talking with him one-on-one. And it's funny because we had this whole crowd of people behind us, like, just onlookers, and they were like, had their phones out, everybody's filming Leo. But yeah, I'll put, like, pictures up right now to kind of show you guys what he looked like. He really did look like a regular dude. Like, if I just saw him walking around, especially Humble, if you're from Humble or been to Humble, people dress kind of down here. Like, no tea, no shade, but, like, people don't really dress up here. And he really, like, fit the look for this area. But that was cool. And again, like, I was just so happy to be there. Not because of Leo, but because, like, this is what I want to do. Like, this is, like, filmmaking. Like, this is, like, I was like, I'm here, like, on a Warner Brothers set, on an actual film set. I'm here getting to learn and getting to talk to these people. And yeah, it was really awesome. Like, even the amount of waiting that we did, I didn't care. I was like, you know what? You can have me wait all day if you want before we actually film anything, and I'll be happy. So yeah, anyways, when Leo was there, when all the actors were there, we basically started shooting, got our first take in, and it took a while to get just that one take, which I was surprised, but yeah, we finally got that take in. Then after that, they were like, okay, reset. And we filmed until we were done at 6. So yeah, I got there at 10 a.m. and we were done at 6 in the evening. It was cool. It was cool, and then Leo was on, like, this overpass that the director was on. He was mainly there. So, like, he didn't like come down with us background actors, and, like, he wasn't with us in the crowd. So unfortunately, we couldn't actually meet him or anything. There were some people from the crowd who, like, literally tried to walk on set, and the, like, PAs and the security was like, what are you doing? Like, this is a hot set. Like, you can't just walk. You can't just walk on while we're filming, And I remember this one girl tried to play dumb, like, oh, I didn't know. I was like, girl. Yes, she did. I think only 4 people attempted to try to walk on set, but they were quickly redirected. There was a big crowd watching us. Like, I'm surprised that they stood there the entire time, because again, it was a long day. Like, it was an entire day. But yeah, I mean, they wanted to see Leo, they wanted to see what was going on. And Humble, doesn't really get to see those type of opportunities up here. Like, it's a small area. And so for something of this, like, big of event to happen here, that too just kind of, like, gave energy to the community, and everyone was just so excited that, that Hollywood came up here and decided to film up here. So yeah, really cool in that regard, and it definitely gave back to the community, I'm sure. As the day ended, we got the very last take in, and it was called That's a Wrap. and we finished up. There was a moment that really stuck with me. I basically went up to this higher up in Warner Brothers. I didn't know what his exact role was, but I saw him walking around on set and such, and you know, when we had a moment, I just went up to him and I was like, hey, you know, I'm a film student, I'm about to graduate, and I would really, I'm interested in being a PA. I was wondering if you had any advice on, you know, how to get my start in the film industry. And he was really nice, and he looked at me and he's like, you know, he's like, being a PA is a great start if you want a PA. But he's like, if you want to make films, make films. And I know that I know you're probably thinking like, well, but just make films, like that's the advice. But no, like, if you want to be a filmmaker, you have to make films. You know, you have to make the effort, go out, you know, use the minimal amount of tools that you have, like whether it be your phone, your iPad, like whatever you have, like whatever you're watching this video on now, I'm sure it can film or something, or even edit, you know, if it's like your laptop or whatever. He just basically said, you know, like, get out there and do. And that really just hit me. I was like, you know, like hearing it from somebody in the industry, actually, it's all about making things and putting it out there, and the right people eventually will see it, and then that's how you get your start, you know. But yeah, that was really cool to hear that. After that, you know, we hopped in a van once again, and they took us back to base camp where we all parked, and that was the end of the day. You know, that was it. 6 o'clock, done. When this movie comes out, y'all, you better go see it, because your boy's gonna be in the background doing his thing, you know. Yeah, man, I'm so excited. Having now more knowledge of a functioning film set, I think that was my biggest takeaway, is just knowing now how they operate. At least how Warner Brothers operates. But yeah, guys, so that was my feature film experience with Leo. The BC Project. If you guys want to look it up, yeah, just type in BC Project Humble. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Please check out my website. I recently just updated it with a lot of stuff. It is www.leketier.com. Also, check out my trailer for my upcoming short film, Bright as a Feather. It is live on my channel right now. With that, I will see you guys next time. Bye.